Hello, I'm attorney Scott Lesowitz, and happy belated Mother's Day to like my 4 or 5 female viewers. Devin Willock's father has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against defensive tackle Jalen Carter and others. This video will focus just on the suit as it pertains to Jalen Carter. So Devin Willock and Jalen Carter were both players on the University of Georgia's national championship football team. They were taking part in the celebrations and decided to continue their partying at the Waffle House. So Devin Willock and 2 others were passengers in a car driven by University of Georgia employee Chandler LaCroix. And then Jalen Carter drove another car to the Waffle House. Apparently were really hungry, so they decided that they would race. And during the race, the cars got to over 100 miles per hour, and LaCroix's car crashed into a pole, and Devin Willock died, LaCroix died, and the 2 other passengers in the car survived. Jalen Carter was not hurt. Carter initially lied about his involvement in the accident, but since then, and before the NFL draft, he pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors related to the accident, so the criminal part of the case is over. The wrongful death suit is just a civil suit involving a claim for monetary damages. So I think a question here is, since Jalen Carter was not driving the car that crashed, and it appears that Jalen Carter did not hit the car that crashed, can Jalen Carter still be liable for the death? So under Georgia law, anybody who participates in an illegal street race, which obviously this was, can be liable for injuries caused by the racing, even if they are not driving the vehicle that caused the injuries. So a Court of Appeals case stated, racing motor vehicles on a public highway is negligence, and all those who engage in a race do so at their peril, and are liable for an injury sustained by a third person as a result thereof, regardless of which of the racing cars actually inflicted the injury, or of the fact that injured person was a passenger in one of the cars. So looking more at Georgia law, it seems to me that the big question for the jury will be whether Devin Willock was a knowing participant in the street race. There was a case in 1960 in the Georgia Court of Appeal where a passenger in a car in a street race was killed, and in the wrongful death lawsuit, the Court of Appeal held that the wrongful death claim was barred because the person who died was an active participant in the drag race. I do note, though, here that in a lot of states, this would not be the outcome. The assumption of the risk doctrine often will not apply to situations where the defendant's conduct was intentional or willful. So that's all I got for today. This video goes out to the memory of Doyle Brunson, a great poker player.